Yeah, hello. I'm just gonna do a very like a pop-up live stream. I was like, I'm going to the gym in a bit and I have nothing to do, so I'm just like, okay, let's just look for more stocks because I want to allocate my cash. So yeah, I'm gonna do so yeah, I'm just gonna post on Twitter right now that I'm doing a part two, and then whoever wants to join me can join me. I don't really care. Yeah. Okay, so watch this. So in the part one of our live stream, we found FJ Next Holdings. Yeah, low valuation, growing, and yeah, could benefit from um, the price actually dropping. So yeah, as a recap, essentially, um, 1,600 yen per share, 3.5% dividend yield, and pretty low multiples, growing revenues. Margin, they're projected to drop. But the idea for this company is essentially that they are a construction company, they do real estate developments, and they do property management. So, how I'd like to see these setups play out are essentially they do a great job of converting properties that they sell into properties that they manage because the management part is really high margin. And so there could come a point where the company um, trades too cheaply based off of its highly reoccurring revenue stream that is consistently growing. So if we think about it from the perspective of EV, currently the rental income portion generates around 1 billion, right? So what do we think is a adequate, you know, what do we think is a adequate multiple for a highly reoccurring income stream um, that is high margin um, and highly predictable and is growing, right? So I would think that rental income stream should be, valued at around 10 times, right? Because it's number one, it's growing, right? They're consistently going to be constructing, right? So you have properties going into the funnel, and they don't aren't actually limited just to managing properties that they funnel in, but they could also manage other people's properties. And yeah, I haven't looked at their vacancy data, but if we can figure out what their vacancy data is, what their occupancy rates are, that can give us a hint as to how predictable that income stream is. So yeah, at 1 billion yen times 10 is like that's basically 25%, a little under 25% of the enterprise value. So that's where value there lies, and this also trades at 0.7 times price to book. Um, in the beginning of the year, for most part, it traded at around 1,200 yen. This would be a really good price to enter because you play a half times book, 4.7% div yield, just overall really low multiples. So yeah, right now, I mean it's okay. I would say it's okay. Probably good for a starter position, but not investment advice by the way. Read the disclaimer, but nothing I say is investment advice, just entertainment purposes. But what I would do if I wanted to invest. Not really right now, but if I wanted to, this could be a good alternative for cash, I would say. But I'm a little bit stingy. I would prefer it for a period of time trade between 1,100 1,200 yen range, and if it can drop down to that, that would be quite nice. Yeah, and I would like to see this company do some buybacks. That would be awesome. Okay, next company, Weds. So let's see here. 10.3 billion market cap, enterprise value 5.3, so they have net cash. A little bit long-term investments. Of course, this long-term investments, we don't know if how much of it is actually investment securities. So there's that. 4.2% dividend yield. Low margins though. Low margins, 0.6 times price to book. Okay, let's take a look. No clue what this company does. Household durables. Trading within a range for sure. So between roughly 560 to 640. 560 to 640 with an 80 yen range. Oh, that's it's pretty tight. Pretty tight. up a lot in 2022 and 2023, and then just straight within range. Okay, what does this company do? Let's take a look. Weds is a wedding company. Let's see. Together with subsidiaries, engages in planning, development, and sale of automobile parts and accessories in Japan. Oh, it is involved in centering on aluminum and steel wheel services for automobiles. Involved in centering on aluminum steel wheels. The company operates through automotive-related wholesale business, logistics business, automotive retail, welfare business segments, ignition and manufactures and sells wheels, as well as involved in elderly complex welfare, mobile agency, and rental businesses. That's quite the discrepancy. Further, the company engages in product storage and cargo handling and warehousing services. Additionally, it sells automobile wheels and car accessory parts. Furthermore, the company engages in leasing of real estate services. Okay. Margins seem quite low if they do wheels, right? Are these like JDM modified car wheels? Like, do we know? It's very low margins. How's their revenue doing? Gradually increased. Gradually increased. Let's see here. So, gross profit margin has declined. Actually, in a drop by 1.7%. This dropped by gross profit margin dropped by a larger magnitude than SG&A though. So signs of some deterioration in the business. Could also be due to increase in costs like commodity costs, like aluminum and steel, and not being able to transfer costs over to the consumer. This might be a very quick no-go, but let's take a look. Oh, I like seeing videos. Can I pause this? Okay, I'm gonna close that real quick. Tons. Okay, JDM wheels. Never heard of these ones before though. That's Toyota. I have no clue what that is. Is that a Toyota Crown? Is that a VIP car? Okay, Weds Wheels. Let's take a look at the channel. Weds Wheels is involved in motorsport. Let me ask Grok what the how does Weds Wheels rank in JDM wheels? How do Weds Wheels rank in terms of JDM wheels? Pretty sure it's not a name that I've personally heard of. Okay, very interesting. So, let's see here. So apparently, if this is right, if it doesn't hallucinate, they pioneered aftermarket wheels in Japan, starting with OEM production for brands like Nissan before expanding into performance-oriented designs. Let's see. Often praised for track use on cars like the Nissan Silvio or Subaru WRX. Oh, not bad. Volk Racing, Race, yeah, Race Advan. A tier. Oh, it's on the same tier of BBS, NK, and SSR. Really? Oh. Praised for being under the radar yet reliable, lighter than some RPF1 competitors at similar prices. Models like Kronz, ERM, or TCF appear in iconic lists for refined mesh designs. Excellent lightweight engineering, racing heritage, wet sport and super GT, and versatility for street track, affordable forged, semi-forged options without sacrificing UDM cred. Highly regarded for durability and fitment on daily JDM drivers like Honda Civic or Toyota 86. A strong mid-high contender in JDM wheels. Interesting. Okay. I'm done with this now. Okay, let's see. That is not the company I am looking at. Okay, well, they support a lot of things. GR Yaris, the G86, some K cars, luxury cars, Alphard. Um, yeah. Okay, so I have everything. Even have hybrid. So hybrids. But where's their investor relations, bro? Okay, let's see. Do they have an English site? Do they have that for IR though? Probably not. Okay. Do they have investor presentations? Press release, IR information, earnings trend, dividend system. Doesn't seem like they do. Okay, security reports and quarterly reports. That helps. All right, absolutely in Japanese. Okay, thank you. IR information. Business report? Okay, business report. Formula Gymkhana. Some company owns 38%. Who's that? True Precision Machinery. What is the stock of this? Take a look. If it is publicly traded, let's see. Yeah, extremely range bound. It seems like they have troubles expanding their sales or reach, but they have a lot of cash. Quite a bit of cash. But the thing is, like, it's good that they're 8 here, though. Let's see, 6.4 mana interest, 6. Trying to think here. 3.5. 3.5. 6.1. Okay, so 10.3 billion market cap. Minus 5. So 5. 6.7. 6.7 EV. Hard to say. It seems like they need to produce more or compete better, but then like I don't know how they like I'm into cars, but then like I'm not. I would say like I haven't spent much money on cars myself. So it's actually this is my first time actually hearing about them, to be honest. I have heard of Rays. I have, you know, heard of BBS wheels. Never heard of Weds wheels before. So essentially, if you're like domestic in Japan, you might like them a lot more. But this could be a value trap because I don't see how. Uh, See, I have no concept on modifying like because okay, if the trend is EVs, right? If the trend is EVs and people are moving away from like traditional ICE cars, where a lot of the JDM market is, where a lot of fans prefer modifying, let's say their manual cars, automatic cars, or their luxury Japanese cars, right? That's where you would have some justification for WEDs, but then the design for EV is about electricity, right? It's about maximizing the range. So I don't know. I don't see many people really modifying their Teslas, for example, like in a very aesthetic way. Some do. A lot of them do wraps. I don't see a lot of people do like wheels. So if we think that the modification culture is, I think it's still going to be strong, but I think it's going to be declining, and it's for people with more disposable income. So I think, yeah, I'm not really sure where this market is headed. What's their dividend? 4%. where does the company believe that they're headed? Let's see. 2. Really? 2 to 1.3? That's really profitable. 2 to 1.3 is very profitable on a company that has a enterprise value including minority interest of 6.7. That's cheap. That's really cheap. How much investment securities do they have? 684. It's not a lot, but not a little. Oh my god. 7991. Alright, I'm intrigued. I'm gonna do a quick analysis. This could be a good crash alternative. I changed my mind here a little bit. 751, Q1, fiscal year 25. Let's do that. So there's two things we gotta convert. They convert the Q1 and also convert the annual. Okay, we can change the ticker. 7551 Weds Company. Okay. Done. Okay, we have the fiscal year. Now we need the Q1. Okay. So let's see here. Turn this back to 1600. Whoops. That was not what I intended to do. Share price is 644. What's the dividend yield right now? 27 unchanged. Okay. Just looking at the tangible fixed assets to get a feel of the company. Interesting. Wonder how much their land is worth because they're found in like 60s or something like that. Pretty massive NCI balance. Gradually increasing revs, slight decline in margins. CapEx double. Yeah, I would have a feeling that like the wheel the wheel industry kind of here, especially for something like JDM sports cars. I think the emphasis is more on design than technology. So I would think that capex. There's probably going to be less competition in terms of like, oh, who has the best tech in terms of making wheels, right? It's more like the cars that they're putting it on for aesthetic reasons, not really for performance. Well, I take that back. There is performance if they're going track and that kind of stuff. But I would say a majority of people who are engaging in this activity. Um, actually, let me think about that for a sec. I might be wrong here. The people who have track days, who can afford track days, can definitely afford their wheels, so they would be able to pay for it. Um, so those would demand performance because they're actually trying to lower their time on their time attack. So every second matters. So technology does matter in that scenario. And then you have the group of casual drivers who's like, oh, this is they're young adults. This is their first car. I mean, even I would say even people into their late 30s and 40s, people who grew up on Initial D, for example, right? Those people tend to be more into car culture, and so for those people, they would not be doing track days because they can't afford it. Most of them. They're probably at a stage of their life where modifying their car and making it aesthetic is something that is within their means. So yeah, interesting. Let's see what their historical figures are for their cash flow statement. Gone up a little. What's their capex? Oh, okay. So they have some periods where there's higher capex and some periods where there's lower. Okay. This could be some expansion of some factory. It could be a lot of things. Hard to exactly say. Would have to look into that. So 2019 to 2021. Let's write that down. Why the large capex in fiscal year 2019 to fiscal year 2021? Yeah. Depreciation is pretty smooth though. 256. Most recent is 400. Are there analyst estimates? Probably not. Yep. Okay. We can make it 430. Capex. If we want to smooth it, let's see. 110, 150, 250, 258, 1.6, 1.63, 3.2, 3.3. Not 3.3 over 10 years. What did we go? 3.3. So 330. 330 sounds about right. DNA of 430. We'll just add a big expense right now. So I think in future periods there, capex probably doesn't need to be that high, honestly. And what's a normalized rate? We could use a normalized rate, but next period likely to be low. So yeah, something to note about. Yeah, unlikely. Let's do 100. On intangibles, 75, something like that. Okay, still pretty damn cheap. On enterprise value is extraordinarily cheap, and then on a 10 billion market cap, net debt of 6.6, 0.5 times book, 4% dividend yield. Hmm. I might have to tweak this formula a little bit because technically I need to add minority interest. Ideally, yeah. But you have to buy a dilemma, right? If you were to. Hmm. That's something I need to change in the formula. Let's see here. We're gonna move and copy this. still very cheap. So even though this is lower margin, like medium margin, it's still pretty predictable, I think. Mm. I'm gonna ask Grok a question. I'm gonna ask them about are Weds wheels using EVs? Let's take a look. Oh, these look nice. Oh, very simple aesthetic. Yeah, I like it. Nice. It's engineered to integrate seamlessly with the Model 3's generative braking and battery replacement. Interesting. Hmm. I wonder if this is legit or not. Oh, okay, they have a West North America. Okay. That actually looks not bad. No. Okay, so there's actually a lot to like here. Okay, so the thing about I typically don't like automotive parts manufacturers, but wheels are a different story. Wheels are because part of your customer base like the design, so you're not. It's not just about the functionality. It's functionality, tech, and also aesthetics, right? So which is more subjective. So if you build a brand um, with good aesthetic, and other people, that don't even do track days, for example, they might even still like the product. It does seem like their revenues are growing, just gradually growing. Oh, I see, 12%, 14%. The question is, how do they reallocate the cash, right? Because they have a boatload of cash. The price could skyrocket if they were to repurchase shares or increase their dividend yield, which we don't know if they're going to do or not. PE wise, also not expensive. I think it's worth 8 times. These multiples are really cheap. Yeah, the question is like how are they going to use the cash, right? And I guess this company could be bought out. Yeah, yeah. So buyback, increase price, or acquisition target. But then they have a parent company that owns 38% of the company. So hold on. not acquisition target because parent company shareholder with 38% registered. Let's take a look at that a little bit. Unpack that a little bit. See what's their social media following. That's also important too. 50K. Ford Bronco, Type R, Honda Civic, Lexus, might be a Suzuki Jimny, GR Yaris, GR Corolla. I think I've seen that hubcap before. I think I might have seen that hubcap. Okay, not bad. Good following. I wonder what their Japanese following would be. Facebook following. Let's see, 32K. Oh, not bad. $40,000 in Japan, and they have 50,000 following on the US side. Okay, that's interesting. Do they have Twitter? Twitter should be the highest, probably. Oh, 16K. Joined December 2020. See their engagement. Oh, Jared Carlisle. Yeah, these rooms look nice. Okay, so my original analysis is wrong in that they may not do wheels for EVs, but it seems like they do it for EVs. They have some nice car models too. What's YouTube channel? Let's see. 8K. So in terms of actual social media following, they could be more. Weds Sport and their Weds. 2 Instagram accounts? Why that? Why do that? That's interesting. Online shop, Weds Sport, Weds Facebook page. 9.2K. I wonder what the following for. It's not a large following. Because the thing is, like, I know that Raise even does, like, if you were to check out a Toyota car on the dealership website, I believe you can even pick Raise. So I wonder if like they could do something about that. Like I don't know what their presence is for a certain OEM, but it mentioned that they had some partnership with Nissan. So that'd be cool. Yeah, I think this is definitely worth looking into. I definitely there could be some angle here. Definitely don't like the fact that they have. Shareholder. I definitely don't like the fact that they have one major shareholder that owns so much of the company. So I need to figure out who that is. What is 38%? Wait, there's a information thing here. 38.46. No. Okay. Parent company. I'll need to convert this for me to understand it properly. So let's do that. Okay. True precision machinery. So, okay, so Shinkenban, Katsunari Ishii. So, who is this person? Usually, this is some founder or something. No? Okay. Sumitomo Mitsui Bank, Mitsubishi. Who's their CEO? Junichi Ishida. 45,000 shares. 45,000 shares. What is that? So he owns, oops. That's not a lot. It's like 290k CAD. Very little. Been in the company since 2000. Definitely worked his way up. Ishida. Okay, let's take a look at True Precision Machinery real quick. Affiliated companies. Sell steel and they manufacture wheels. Interesting. Purchase of wheels. Purchase 1.2 billion of wheels. Oh, related party transactions. Major shareholders of the company submitted consolidated financial statements. Transactions between consolidated subsidiaries of the company submitting. Okay. So transaction details, wheel warehousing, inspection, packaging, shipping, transportation. Related parties relationship with wheel warehouse, storage and inspection, packaging, shipping, transaction value. A lot of transaction value. Our company in Tokyo Shouten are engaged in after-sales business of automobile parts such as automobile wheels and car accessories. Chuo Seiki manufactures steel wheels and sells them to the general retail market. Weds Trading sells mainly automotive wheel parts and other products in the Chinese market. Our company Superstar, Tokyo Shouten, Weds Trading, Chuo Precision Machinery. Manufacturing sales business. Wholesale business. There's a timeline. Let's take a look. There was something in the timeline that mentioned. Okay, so let's see. Manufactured by Chuo Seiki, absorbed the wheel division of Nippon Sealant and changed the company name to Weds. At the same time, moved the head office to Minato-ku, established the Tokyo sales department at the same time, and opened the Osaka branch. It's not a great translation here, to be honest. You know what? I can just literally ask ChatGPT about it. Isn't that great? Okay, let's load it up. What is the relationship between Weds Wheels 7551 and ask this prompt in Japanese and translate the response to English. Weds did not originally manufacture wheels, instead starting in February 1969. It operated as a distributor in Western Japan for chrome-plated wheel L-Star, produced by Chuo Seiki Company. In November 1973, the company took over a wheel division from another firm, rebranded itself as Weds, and began developing its own wheel brand. Oh, okay. As of March 20, Chuo Seiki is one of Weds' principal shareholders, owning 38.46% voting shares. Similar figure was cited. Okay. Okay, so how come Chuo Seiki owns that much shares? That many shares? Oh, okay. Weds was really spun out from Chuo Seiki's wheel operations, and Chuo Seiki has maintained its equity stake ever since. Let me walk you through the background. Manufacturing chrome-plated wheels L-Star in 1960s. Weds' distributor Nippon, later renamed Weds, started as a sales agent for these wheels in Western Japan. 1973 transition, the wheels business was carved out in a separate entity, which became Weds. Chuo Seiki retained ownership in this new entity to preserve its influence and commercial alignment. Strategic spin-off. Chuo remain more of an OEM supplier manufacturer. Okay. What does Chuo Seiki do? Manufacturer of automotive wheel, both steel and aluminum, and LPG automotive fuel containers. It's part of the Toyota group. Oh, Toyota owning 51%. Oh wow, besides build LPG tanks, the company has a global network of production and joint venture facilities in US, Taiwan, Thailand. Oh, this is very interesting. So they probably have some good relationship in terms of like creating wheels for specific car models, like the Toyota GR86, Toyota Yaris. So there would be some relationship there that would allow this business to sustain some type of competitive moat, right? Because I would think so. Yeah. Okay. Sounds like True Oseki and Weds do the same thing. How are they different? Central Motor Wheel. Large-scale manufacturer of automobile steel frames and LPG fuel containers. Mainly OEM supply Toyota Group and other manufacturers. They mass-produce wheels to automotive manufacturers. High volume, stable, but low-margin business. Operates as part of Toyota Keiretsu. Toyota owns 50%. Emphasis on product efficiency. Okay. Core business development, branding, sales of aftermarket alloy wheels like Wet Sport, Kranz, Leonis, car enthusiasts, specialty shops, racing teams, tire retailers. Does focus on design, branding, lifestyle appeal. Correct. Produces premium, high margin products, higher margin, I guess. Restaurant marketing, motorsport sponsorship, fashion like positioning, competes with other aftermarket brands, rates, NK, PBS. Yes, those are the most popular. Consumer facing, brand driven, company rooted in car culture and motorsports. Okay, interesting. Which means, if Toyota owns 50, well, it says, if it's right, I don't know if it's right or not. 51 plus 16.8, let's call it 70%. They own 70%, that means of this, and then this owns 38%, so 70% of the 38%, let's call it 28%. So they own 28%, Toyota owns like 28% of this company, essentially, indirectly. So, interesting. Yeah, I like it. I like it. So, here are the reasons I like it. So, high enough dividend, could continue increasing. Trades at half times book. Profitable enough, decent enough margins. Probably will continue to grow and continue to charge these revenues. Actually, I'm not too certain about this, but very likely to. JDM car culture is still very strong across the world. With anime and that proliferation, I think it's going to be sustainable. P's quite low. Yeah, and acquisition target. I mean, Toyota could buy out the entire company, but unlikely to be an acquisition target. But they could increase buybacks. Private company. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a good cash alternative. Honestly, I think that's what I'm looking for right now, and this would accomplish that job. 590, 624. Let's see. Next resistance is 650, 667. Could break out. Huh. Generally not bad. Yeah, I think this could be a good starter position, honestly. Yeah. So what? 7501. I would give this I would give this A minus. I think some time needs to be spent on this company to figure out what the market positioning is, how it competes in the market, whether there's some market share capture that they can have. Yeah, wheels. Cool. So yeah, that's gonna be end of my stream. A very quick stream. That'll be the end of my stream for today. The two small micro ones, but yeah, we were able to find two companies today. That's quite nice. I'm quite happy about that. So I'm gonna put Weds in the to be analyzed one. So yeah, we have two to be analyzed companies to further look at, and yeah, today's a good day. So yeah, thanks for tuning in.